we're going to use the kiwi today to make meringues. So you want perfectly wonderful eggs, and you only want the whites. So to get the whites, you let that just fall from the egg shell. What do you do with those yolks? Well, you save those and you can use them to make a panettone, of course. So in here I have 4 large egg whites. And you want to make sure that when you beat them, they are in a perfectly clean bowl, because egg whites do not like fat. When they start to get foamy like this, I add a little bit of salt, a teaspoon of salt, and I add half a teaspoon to a teaspoon of cream of tartar. And I let those go. So to make the meringues, we need to make ourselves a template. So I start on a cookie sheet with parchment paper. And I want to make mine about 4 inches in diameter, just like that. Then I just turn the paper over, but first I give the paper a little dab of water to hold that parchment in place. So now you can see the outlines of the circles, but you don't have the pencil marks there. So let's put that aside. Now the egg whites are looking really nice and foamy, and we need to add the sugar. So here we have a cup of sugar. So this takes patience. You want to start with a tablespoon at a time. I'm going to bump up the speed now to high. So now we're going to give this just a little white vinegar to stabilize that, and some flavoring, a little vanilla. Here's the trick. You want to just take a little bit of that in your fingers. You feel any grit there? If you do, you know that those egg whites still need to be whipped more. And now what we need to do is fill our pastry bag. Now when you cook meringues, you want to do that at a really low temperature because you don't want to get a lot of color on them. You want them to remain pale. So here is a pastry bag that I have folded the top down so that I can get the meringue in the bag, and I use my other hand to kind of push it down in. You don't want to overfill the bag, otherwise everything is going to come plopping out of the top. So just put enough in there to give you some leeway at the top, because you can refill the bag. Take the ends, bring them up, squeeze the top of the bag, pushing everything down. Get all that air out. Okay, now, remember those templates we made? Here they are. And we just want to start by going around in a circle. So once you have your basic circle, then you can start to get a little fancy on the outside. And I want to build this up because we're going to put a filling into our meringues. But if you didn't want to make a filling, I also love these just with ice cream. All right, oven on 250 degrees. Patience is the middle name of making meringues. You put it in. They're going to take about 45 minutes to an hour to really get hard. So just leave them in there and don't peek. So now we want to make the filling for the meringues. So here we have some mascarpone cheese. I want to whip it up so it's nice and smooth. And now we're going to add some cream to this. So I'm going to get some heavy cream. 2 cups. And you want to make sure it's cold when you whip it. That will help it whip much better. And now we're going to start to whip that. So some confectioner's sugar is going to go in. Just to sweeten it up a little bit. Okay, now we'll wait until that gets thick, and then we're going to mix it in with our mascarpone. And that's going to be the filling for the meringue. So while that's whipping, let me get the ones that I did for you. So here they are. You take a look at those, because you see how when they come out of the oven, you do them at a low temperature, they're very hard and brittle. Okay. Take the blade out. And now we fold this right into our mascarpone. Is this rich or what? So you mix this well. This is almost like having a soft cheesecake. Now, do not fill these until about a half hour before you want to serve them. All right, so let's fill 2. And you want to put them in the refrigerator. So let me take these 2 right here. And all you do is take a spoon and just neatly pipe or pile up some of this beautiful filling. Here are our kiwi. Wipe my fingers off for a minute. You want to take some nice slices of kiwi and just go around. It needs one more thing. Just a little piece of mint right there, because I'm feeling green today. Who says baking is difficult?